Right, guys, I want to go over what would be my top 3 things that I would do in terms of investing money if I were to start over in real estate. Or let's say this would apply really to anyone. Let's say it's even your first job out of college or even out of high school, tech trade, whatever it is. Here are the top 3 things I'm going to do. Number 1, I'm going to utilize a 401k if I have it. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking at the Roth IRA. But most likely, let's say a lot of us have access to some sort of 401k. I'm going to be putting in as much money as I possibly can at that time. And if I'm working in real estate, which obviously that's what I do, I'm going to be taking as much as I can. And I would say, let's say around 10%, 15% of my income and putting it either into the 401k or other types of savings accounts. That's number 1 thing I'm going to do. If I had done this, I can guarantee you my net worth and the amount of wealth I would have today would be insanely more than where I'm at currently. And I'm actually in a really good position, but I didn't learn a lot of these things or really understand these principles up until maybe 10 years ago, 10 years ago. So that's number 1. Contribute to your 401k. Do as much as you can, whatever you're comfortable with. Bare minimum, you're going to do as much as the company is going to match. If you're self-employed, and you've got yourself set up in payroll, you're going to still want to get a 401k set up, do that. Or obviously you can also do it via a Roth IRA or a regular IRA. So definitely check that out. Number 2, I'm going to be putting money away to buy real estate. Day 1, I'm going to force myself, find a way to get my first real estate. Initially, especially if I'm single at the time, I'm going to be buying a place for myself, and I'm going to be looking at a way to do that as quickly as I can with as little money down as possible. Because guys, real estate doubles every 10 years, roughly goes up 7% or so in terms of appreciation every year. So that means if you're 25 buying your first real estate and you continue to buy real estate each and every year, think about how much net worth you will grow by in those 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. It's all about how much real estate you can accumulate in order to continue to accelerate your wealth building, which leads to freedom, which not only appreciation, it also means cash flow continues to go up, rents go up, and et cetera, et cetera. So number 2 is I'm finding a way to buy real estate. Okay, you definitely want to jump into that. Number 3, I'm going to be looking at other side gigs. If I work in real estate, I'm going to look for other things that I can do in order to generate income as soon as possible. Probably the first 10 years or so in real estate, my only source of income was real estate transactions. We need to look for other ways to generate income. And usually it's easiest by looking at other related fields within your industry. And so obviously within real estate, there's many directions you can go with that. Is it property management? Is it owning a brokerage? Is it escrow? Is it through lending? Is it, think about all those different ways in which you could potentially make additional money. Flipping properties, there's so many ways to generate more income. A couple others is just buying those rentals and letting them cash flow, and the rents go up and cash flow more each and every year. It could be short-term rentals. Anyway, the list goes on, and on and on. And so think about, what are you doing within your career, or what is your profession, and is there anything related? Or maybe there's a side hustle, something you're just passionate about. But anyway, if I were to start over today, those are my 3 things. Number 1, I am putting money in a 401k. I can guarantee you that today, if I had started early on in my 20s, I would have well over $1 million in that account. And so obviously it's a regret that I have. I wish I would have started way earlier. Number 2 is real estate. I've accumulated a good amount of real estate over the last 10 years, 10 years. And obviously it could have been a lot more, right? Like again, if I would have started 10 years before that, all of that real estate would have doubled, and I'd have a much greater net worth and a lot more passive income. And then as far as side gigs, same thing, side hustles, look for different ways to make income. Anyway, those are my 3, guys. Hope you guys got something out of it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.